Welcome back, disc golf fans, to final round front nine coverage of the Open at Austin presented by Flight Factory Discs. Excited to be out here at the Harvey Pinnock Golf Course. Like I said, for this third and final round of Austin. I'm Nathan Queen, again joined by Andrew Fish.
And Austin didn't provide us with great weather, but it is always a good time to go out to the southernmost capital in the contiguous United States. We're going to watch Corey Ellis, Andy Marwede, Anthony Barela, and Calvin Heimburg on our chase card today.
Yeah, we've got to see Calvin throw quite a bit throughout this tournament, so good to see him again here on chase card. Anthony Barela, good start to the season. Andrew Marwede and Corey Ellis, always fun to watch as well. So looking forward to lots of good action here.
Yeah, no doubt. And everybody within striking distance of that lead. We're going to start off on a very, very scoreable hole one. That 400 feet that the graphic shows might be overstating the distance a little bit. Basket is elevated with out of bounds behind it. Have to carry the creek. Wind is the biggest factor.
Here's your 2023 European champion, sponsored by Disc Golf, Discraft, and his wife Molly, Corey Ellis.
Corey Ellis, very smooth thrower of the disc, long limb, short run up. Really gonna make it look like this hole is understated on the distance here, I imagine.
Playing the power hyzer, looks like fairway driver, gives it the width. This should get nice ground play. Tree bounce doesn't really affect it. It's nearly a whisker tickler.
Next up on the tee, sponsored by DGPT, Andrew Marwede.
Yeah, nice ground play and tree bounce there. And I haven't heard whisker tickler in a while. It's fun to hear that again.
Well, let's hope to see more and more. Marwede, forehand dominant player, known for his circle 2 putting. Going to go with the backhand here on a pretty obvious backhand shot.
Yeah, all the room in the world off to the right side. And Marwede using every bit of that. Just a bit too much to get a whisker tickler, but he is inside circle 1.
Next up on the tee box, sponsored by Discraft, you know him as AB, Anthony Barela.
Anthony Barela already with 1 win on the 2024 year. Looking to close the gap.
And I don't know about you, but I told him early on in the year that that jersey he's wearing is one of my favorite releases here recently. Being a baseball fan myself, I really like the pinstripes there.
Yeah, right there with you. I like the simple, clean design while still invoking, his home state's team.
Sponsored by Calvin Heimburg.
Great shot there from AB as you hear Calvin Heimburg with a big cheer from the crowd.
And Heimburg following everybody else's suit with the fairway. Good width. And in there.
Yeah, didn't quite get the skip, but is going to get that birdie. And Marwede, one of, if not the best putter on tour, going to come up a bit short.
Yeah, unusual, uncommitted. Maybe he was expecting the crosswind lift.
Either way, 3 birdies on hole 1 will bring us into hole 2, 715-foot par 4. Want to get to around where these trees are, where the planters are. There is OB left and right, so pretty good placement shot here. You can't really go for max distance. Maybe 350 feet or so is going to be a great spot to land if you move a little bit right.
Yeah, absolutely. Ellis, very effective with the forehand. Kind of pushes that backside. That opens up his angle into the green nicely. And look at the drainage ditches that kind of had to be improvised. We are playing just after some pretty severe weather that's actually going to end up shortening this round to 15 holes. 3 holes on the back are going to be taken out for speed of play and avoiding darkness.
Yeah, and you see there's still some wind out there as AB's disc jumped around quite a bit. And Calvin Heimburg getting a bit of love there from those concrete or whatever you would call it around the trees there, slowing him down, keeping him in bounds.
And Marwede, as expected, throws a forehand to a very nice spot. Ellis, with the backhand, isn't dragging it to the right enough. However, he has crossed all of the danger. Might have the opportunity to run this if he's bold.
Yeah, as you see Calvin all the way on that OB line, but inbounds, opens up that hyzer angle into this green, and he's able to take advantage of that very nicely. Puts him right there on the whiskers.
Forehand also pretty viable. I don't know if Marwede gave this the appropriate width. Does run to the right side, about circle's edge.
And after a great forehand off the tee, AB going to go back to another forehand here.
That's the width you want to see.
Yeah, good width, good pace. Going to be inside circle 1. And Corey does have kind of the better angle to run this and not go OB. That had lots of pace on it, though. Looks like he is going to stay in bounds.
Good stepper from Marwede.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're used to seeing there from Andrew. Makes a correction from further out. Gets the birdie on hole 2. And AB just barely inside the circle and just barely inside that right side. Cards himself another birdie as well.
Corey Ellis, the odd man out, but still going to convert for par. Take the short walk over to hole 3. We're going to play uphill over a ball golf green, woods to the right. There is an out of bounds path to the left. 360 feet, but it's going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of 425, I would say. Air shot and roller both work pretty well. And it takes legit power with the forehand to jump all the way up there, Nathan.
You see how smooth that release was also? He missed the height just by a couple feet. Still able to get to circle 2, but a couple feet higher, he's going to get that bigger skip you were talking about. And seems like a right to left wind there on Calvin's disc, just packing it down as soon as it got turned over.
Yeah, we get some swirliness here. We're right by the interstate.
Yeah, as this one dragging to the left, going with the forehand, so still maybe showing that same wind direction, but we've got tailwind flag.
And we haven't seen this in our coverage yet.
Whoa.
Corey Ellis is going to go big hyzer over everything, puts him in the backside of the circle. That's kind of risky when you've seen other people have their discs drop out of the sky.
That is insane. I didn't even know. That's so much power to be able to go over top of that. I saw lots of people go in that rough and end up with bogeys. So, yeah, very scary play, but we'll see if he's able to take advantage.
Stepper from Barela, unable to convert. And from the high side, Corey Ellis going to get the lone birdie.
Well done.
Beth at 69.
I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there.
This man is unbelievable. This is what athletes live for. This is the moment.
Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I wanted is in front of me. It's a good. Thing.
Moving into hole 4. very fun tee shot to throw all week long. 460 feet downhill. Lots of different plays. There is OB left, right, and long. Backhand hyzer with your preferred controlled distance shot is going to be the best play. Corey keeping his high up in the air, trying to let it stall out to control that distance, and does so nicely.
Barela certainly comfortable playing with overstability, and he is asking this to stop, even though he threw it super smooth. And wet grass might have saved him, Nathan.
Yeah, it does get a very nice check up there. You see that one had a little bit less height on it, so it was moving faster, likely why he wanted it to stop. Calvin maybe going a bit slower disc here.
Yeah, similar trajectory.
Beautiful shot. Gonna land him right there at the bullseye.
And Marwede higher and wider. Still plenty overstable. Off the downslope and into the bullseye.
Yeah, certainly well controlled there. I like the line he used here. Knowing that the wind was going to pack it down just a little bit, giving it enough height. Got that whisker tickler.
And a little bit of frustration for Corey. Altogether, 4 credible birdie looks on hole 4 is a little unusual. Don't see that from every group out on the course.
Yeah,
maybe you're going to convert.
Chase card so far showing up. 3 birdies on 3 of the first 4 holes.
Relatively short par 4 on hole 5, 520 feet. We may see some players trying to carry this out of bounds. Otherwise, chipping to the right and then chipping across is totally viable.
AB with tons of smooth power. Definitely going to go for the eagle look. And so easily get there as he actually goes long of the pin. Going to have a comeback look for the eagle.
That's wild. He threw that shot so smoothly, it never quite got up to flat. It was just on hyzer and still pushing for that 520 carry.
Yeah, and trusted it inside, as close as he could to that first original tree to make sure he got far enough left, as Calvin throws a good shot as well, but not quite as close to that first original tree, so ends up out in circle 2 right. Andrew Marwede just looking for the easy birdie here.
Yeah, station to station is just fine. Corey also going to try to attack. Looks like the distance is there, but kind of out there in Calvin land.
Yeah, a bit more nose up on that one to help it move, I think, a bit farther left than Calvin, but like you said, similar distances there.
Good approach from Marwede. Calvin out just outside of circle 2. But when you miss an eagle putt low, at least you still take a birdie, right?
Absolutely. And Corey trying to recount that birdie he missed on the last hole. Gonna end up with the easy birdie here, though, as Anthony Barela in for the eagle. Now 5 down through 5.
All right. And the 3-shot birdie for Andy Marwede. Let's go into the woods for a little bit.
Indeed, 535-foot par 4, very short but very specific tee shot. You'd love to land here, which still doesn't look great from the drone view, but if you land somewhere in that area, you're going to have an opportunity to hit this second fairway. There's OB right side, including Amanda, you have to stay left of. And this looks great as long as nothing crazy happens and he goes OB. But nothing crazy happened. That is a beautiful tee shot from AB.
Yeah, I really like the ability to set the angle, draw it left to right, and then slowly be flexing back to flat at the ground. Calvin doesn't get the same drift and thus hits one of the middle trees.
Yeah, there's a bit of a wider line Marwede's going to attempt here. Gets the initial gap and almost skips back to the right, but doesn't look to be in too much trouble. He'll at least have a swing over there.
Yeah, swing, but probably a funny angle. Same kind of shot as Heimburg for Ellis. He is going to test the right side, which does have the out of bounds lining it. Fortunately, does stay.
Yeah, danger, danger. Looked like he may have pulled that one just a little bit. And Calvin playing very safe here. Understands the danger that can come of this hole. Just going to try to collect his par.
And wow, to the backside of the circle goes Marwede.
Yeah, it looked like he had a pretty straightforward line there. Not what I expected from being over on the left side, but able to get all the way up there.
All right, great approach shot from Corey Ellis. And rewind that. Look how clean his footwork is. His ability to just do a two-stepper and still get good pace on the shot is so critical. Barela, good approach inside the circle for the birdie look.
Yeah, catches that last tree that cost him a tap in there, I believe, but still is going to have that circle's edge look. And Calvin, after a very smart second shot, executes what he needs for the par there.
Wow, some funny business for Barela.
Yeah, you could tell he absolutely did not think that one was going in, but a made putt is a made putt. Count it on that scorecard. 6 down through 6.
And from the woods goes Marwede to also get the 4 down. We'll go to hole 7, 305 feet. It's a par 3 straight ahead of you, but the trees line up so that your shot has to have some drift or turn in the middle of it. Forehand and backhand both work.
Yeah, AB going with the turnover line, I guess I'll say, rather than the hyzer flip line for the righty backhand. Just a bit low, but still looks like he's going to have another birdie look.
Yeah, pretty favorable movement on that thick shredded mulch. Marwede doesn't get his shot all the way over. However, once again, to the backside of the circle
Yeah,
on the right side.
Looks like a pretty similar putt that he just had on the last hole.
Calvin going to follow AB's line. You see the benefit of a little extra height.
Cards you the birdie. Corey going with that hyzer flip line. Also going to get inside circle 1. Almost, if again, with just a little bit more height, that likely would have drifted off to the right. But going to be inside C1. You could tell that was a bit of a funky angle to release on there for Marwede.
And this time, AB, not such a favorable result from the left side of the bucket.
Yeah, Corey Ellis able to convert for his birdie. Gonna move to 4 under par for the round. Brings us into hole 8, another short par 4, 570 feet. I think forehand is gonna play best to get to the middle of the fairway, but you really can't traverse all that far using the forehand. Turnover backhand, you can get farther, but harder to land in the middle, which is very crucial for this second shot.
And boosting to the left is Heimburg. Looks like he's still inbounds, but certainly is going to have to deal with some rough. Corey with the hyzer flip. The body language says he doesn't love it, and perhaps that's why.
Yeah, definitely pulled that one to the right early out of the hand. Almost got sneaky, but ends up kicking left side OB. There's that same type of shot you were talking about earlier, just drawing that angle and keeping it there. Beautiful shot from Anthony Barela.
It might even have been the same disc, like Control C, Control V. Marwede with that more favorable forehand line, but isn't going to get a whole lot of distance out of it.
Yeah, ends up clipping something on the left side, so doesn't get that skip back out. And Heimburg having a pitch out is going to be in a very tough spot trying to get all the way to the pin from there.
As aggressive as Calvin and so many others on the Pro Tour are, I feel like how little he went for speaks to how desperate his lie must have been.
Ooh, very nice tree play there from a thick left side. Going to get him right around circle's edge for that par look.
Corey playing the slow stand-up with a mid. And, wow, funnels through all the way to about a 15-footer to save his par.
Yeah, minus somebody hitting the middle of the fairway, that is the first disc I've seen not hit a tree on this hole for the approach shot. And Marwede shows us the down the middle of the fairway line.
Yeah, great touch. It's hard to not have your forehand fade out on the end. AB takes the run to try to grab another birdie, but is going to settle for par. Here's Calvin for his 4 look.
And fantastic par save. A couple holes now, 6 and 8. We've seen him kind of pitch out twice to try to manage his par, and he's been able to do so. Keeping that good round going as he's 5 down through 8.
Yeah, everybody moving well.
And Corey, likely the only OB par save on that hole.
Gotta think so. Hole 9, 745 feet. We saw this as the closing hole in 2023. OB carry, OB green, and then a pretty small peninsula green bounded by the sidewalk on the left, woods on the right. Green slopes from left to right. In order to open up the angle, I expect to see players throw their hyzers to push to the left on the end.
Yeah, and we didn't see too much aggression the first 2 rounds as far as distance off of the tee. Maybe third round we'll see a bit more here. But between those first 2 rounds, we did see what a difference the wind direction can make on this approach shot.
Yeah, no doubt. Wind intensity certainly less today. Still has kind of a right to left component on this tee shot as well as the upshot.
And a very smooth throw there from Anthony Barela, creeping up on that OB line, but looks like he's going to just stay in bounds.
It's very nice of him to just give some extra drama to those who have the front row seat over there.
Yeah, he was the only one that wanted them to have some extra drama, though. Everybody else well in bounds. Is Marwede gonna go to that forehand second shot?
Really well done. Doesn't quite try to pin the basket, just plays to the fat part of the green. Still has about a 40-footer. Heimburg playing the more challenging multi-angle turnover shot.
Oh,
And what a touch from the branches of the out of bounds.
definitely so. That may have come out in time. It was going to be a lot closer. Branches put him well in range for a birdie. Wow.
AB's ceiling as a thrower is so high. Like, he didn't get tempted by going over top. He just threw a committed shot straight at the basket. That's unreal. Ellis with the good sidewalk scooch. Everybody up here putting for birdie, Nathan. That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 great shots. And like you were talking about, AB, that shot just as straight as it could be with that right to left wind. Trusted it the entire time and just threw it straight at it. Very well executed.
Heimburg sticks it to get to 6 down on this front 9 with only 6 holes to go. That's huge. Like, it's going to be a sprint from here on out.
Yeah, these guys are all sprinting early on, trying to keep pace or catch up with the lead card. As you said, Calvin Heimburg with that 6 down with 2 great par saves has got to feel really good about the front 9 so far. Anthony Barela with an eagle, also putting together just a fantastic start to his final round.
Marwede settles for par, but he is right in the thick of it with everybody else. And a lot of green on those scorecards, including a little bit of blue for AB on hole 5. We are delighted that you've joined us for round 3 of the Open at Austin, presented by Flight Factory Discs. We hope you'll join us for the last 6 holes of this final round. For Nathan Queen, I'm Andrew Fish.
We'll see you guys out there.